Alright, what up YouTube, your boy Turok here. Welcome to another shoe customization video. This time involving Nintendo's Super Smash Bros. X Nike. Yes, Nike. So the shoes I'm going to be using are obviously the Air Force Ones. And let's get straight to the point. First thing I did was take off the Nike logo on the Air Force Ones. As you can see, you kind of don't see the Nike logo where it should be sewed on the left side. As you guys can see, it's just a plain surface, and I did that with a X-Acto knife, for those who are wondering. And I simply did it because it's much more easier for me. You know, if you want it on, you can have it on, but it's just more harder to paint it, simply due to the fact that it's another plain surface. So for example, on the last video I did a DC Heroes X Nike Jordan 1s, and I left the Nike logo on the shoe, but it was much more harder to paint and to draw because of another plain surface, which kind of took off the 3D effect. So that's the reason why I took it off in this shoe, and it was much more easier, and it's just simply faster. Again, the utensils I use are just paint. For if you guys are curious of what paint I use, it's called Angelus paint, and I use Angelus paint brushes. I do use, for techniques, cotton swabs, cotton balls, and a toothbrush for the stars and splatter effects, for those who are wondering, that you will see later on in the video. Now I do have a lot of people ask me how I paint, and what they mean by that is, how do I know what colors I use first and then last? So just like I mentioned in the last video on my DC customs, I said you would want to start with a light skin colors tone and then go to a darker tone. So for example, if I'm, as you guys can see, I'm coloring in a Nez's hat, I want to use the lightest red I have, and then use a darker red than I used last, and then use another darker red and another darker red, and it gives it that 3D good shadowing technically. And the same thing applies to everything, whether it's red, skin tone, or like, you know, it applies to every color, to every object. You need shadowing to make your drawings look better, because then it'll just look like a cartoon and it'll look like a plain and simple kind of drawing. So later on, you know, when you practice more, you just get used to it. Practice makes perfect. Remember, the key to art, guys, is just being patient and just doing you, you know. There's no need to rush things. There's no need to stress over things. You just do it. An example is what I'm going to do to Kirby. So I have a light pink, and later on I'm going to use a darker pink to give it of a more contrast look. Same thing with Yoshi. I have the lightest green I have, and I start painting the whole body with them. And then, as you guys can see here, I use a darker tone to give it that more shadowy look. So the characters I use for this video are the most popular characters, of course: Mario, Luigi, Donkey Kong, Yoshi, Kirby, Pikachu, Link, and Zero Suit Samus. And the reason I decided to go with Zero Suit Samus is because, well, first of all, she's much more easier and it conserves me more paint and more time, and because I use her, so don't hate me, right? So when drawing characters on a shoe, people ask me if I start off painting them. The answer is no. So generally, I kind of sketch them out on the shoe with a HD or 3H pencil, and then I kind of sketch it out on the shoe, and I kind of, you know, make adjustments whether I like it or not. Or if you not, you could use a black pen. Generally, artists use black pens when they do shoe customs. And as you guys see, what I'm doing now is I start painting in the shoe black. I don't know why I did it. Someone requested me to do it, so I did. Someone told me they wanted, you know, they wanted me to use a black Air Force, but it was already too late because I already had bought a white Air Force and started drawing on them, because this shoe was for someone that requested it. So as soon as he told me, I felt like a 3-ton brick just fell on my head. So I just had to make adjustments and had to paint the whole thing black. But he told me he wanted a galaxy themed. So as you guys will see later on in the video, I start coloring in paint, different colors of paints like purple, green, red, yellow, blue, just on the shoe, just like that. And it looks bad at first, but the reason why I do it is because the galaxy themes usually have this purple, yellowish, greenish color behind to it. So what I had planned to do is, as I told you guys, color the background whatever colors of the rainbow, and then I tape the characters I have colored. So for example, you'll later on see that I tape in Mario, Samus, Zero Suit Samus, Link, Yoshi, or all of them characters. I tape them and then I turn on my spray paint and I just simply color it in all black. And with the colors behind that black, that colors of the purple, yellow, is going to give it more of a galaxy look themed. And then, as in the beginning of the video, I mentioned I used a toothbrush for stars effects. All you have to do really is just put paint on the toothbrush and then just move the brush area around with your thumb, and it drops little tiny dots of paint that makes it look like stars. And as you guys can see here, this is what I'm doing right now. So I already had masked off characters. I already had the background colors all good. And so I turn on my spray paint gunning and I just sprayed it all black. And the end of the video, you will see that I use stencils. Again, I do print those stencils and make those stencils. For those who are curious of what printer I use, it's called a Silhouette Cameo. You just have to buy the vinyls and the blade, and you're all good. You can make stencils from there. And if not, you could just purchase some stencils online sometimes. So in case you guys are, can't afford or don't have that budget yet. But again, I do print out some Smash Bros logos stencils, and I will put it on the front side of the shoe. And in the end, it looked really good. I actually liked how it came out, the stencils. But then again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll leave you guys to watch the rest of the video in peace. Once again, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And until then, lates.